tawakkul linguistically, it means wakil. You know wakil? Wakil. Kita mewakilkan. Wakala. Wakil. Comes from that word. Wakala. Wakil. And you don't give wakil on your behalf to someone that you don't trust, do you? You give wakil to someone that you trust. If you don't trust him, you don't give him wakil. You don't ask him to represent on your behalf on anything. So similarly, when we talk about tawakkul, it means that we give our trust to someone that we believe so much. Who else that we believe the most except Allah? So Allah is the one that we trust the most, and we give all our trust to Him in all matters regarding this world and the hereafter. So because of that, Imam Ghazali says, tawakkul, if you translate it in terms of its fiqh meaning, when you have linguistic mean wakil, trust, but when you have the definition of it, it means relying your trust in Allah in facing an affair, trust in Him during difficulties, firm when facing tribulation with peace and tranquility of the heart. So this is what it means by tawakkul. We go to your paper, I give you notes so that I won't miss anything important here. So just refer to your note. There are so many things that I'm not going to read them all, but you can go there and you can see that, inshallah. So the next question is whether tawakkul is wajib, meaning that everyone must have tawakkul. You know, tawakkul in Malay we call tawakkal. It is not correct in terms of Arabic language, but we adopt it and we call it tawakkal. It means the same thing, but in Arabic actually it is tawakkul. So tawakkul, whether it is wajib, you think it is wajib, or do you think it is sunnah, recommended only? If you have tawakkul, it's good, but you don't have tawakkul, it's also fine. It's okay, no problem. Or tawakkul is up to you, voluntarily. I can be tawakkul, or I don't have tawakkul, doesn't matter. I don't have to rely, I have to rely. What do you think? You think tawakkul is obligatory?
Yes.
It's a must?
Yes.
So we close our class then. Because you have got the answer correct already. So tawakkul is a must. It's not an option. You don't have any option. You must have tawakkul. You must have reliance on Allah SWT. But what differs is how strong your tawakkul is. The strength of your tawakkul differs from one to another. But you must have tawakkul. You must have tawakkul. Non-Muslims, they don't have this concept of tawakkul. They don't have the concept of reliance to Allah or reliance upon God. They don't have that. But we have that. And because of that, when we have that tawakkul concept, by right, we should be living in a happy life. You should not be stressful. You should not have depression in your life because of this tawakkul. And tawakkul is obligatory. It is a wajib. There are so many verses of the Quran. I put some of them in that paper, number 5. Innamal mu'minuna alladhina idha dhukira Allah wajilat qulubuhum wa idha tuliyat alaihim ayatuhu zadat imanan wa ala rabbihim yatawakkalun. You can look at the translation, Surah Al-Anfal, verse number 2. And then Surah Al-Ma'idah, wa 'ala Allahi fatawakkalu in kuntum. There are so many verses of the Quran mentioning about the word mutawakkilu, yatawakkalu, fatawakkalu, and so on. All those refers to mean Allah. Those who have tawakkul, we call them mutawakkil. One who is tawakkal to Allah, relies on Allah. So, and tawakkul is not something external. You don't see, this Nadia is very tawakkul person. You cannot see, you cannot judge. You cannot judge from outside. This is very tawakkul. That's not tawakkal. His tawakkal is 5 out of 10. You cannot grade. Because tawakkul is like ikhlas. It is something inside. Can you say someone ikhlas or not ikhlas? You cannot say. That's not ikhlas. This is ikhlas. You cannot say. Just like tawakkal, you don't know whether someone is having strong reliance or not to Allah, or he has strong reliance. He has a strong connection with Allah. Reliance to Allah very much or not. We don't know. Allah knows. Just like ikhlas we don't know. So it is an action of the heart. It has something to do with your heart. The mu'minun, the sadiqun, the close to Allah, those people who are close to Allah, their tawakkul is so high, so magnificent. You cannot imagine how they are having that tawakkul. Perhaps the extent of their tawakkul is unimaginable. We cannot expect it. For example, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was thrown into the fire, you remember that? When he was thrown into the fire, the Jibril came to him. Oh, Prophet Ibrahim, do you want me to do anything to help you? You know what he said? Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. I leave my matter to Allah. He was flying to the fire. Big fire. Bonfire. And then the angel came to him. You want me to save you? You want me to help you? Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. And this is also the dua that we recite when we are in difficulties. When you've been oppressed, when you've been victimized, then say, Hasbi Allah, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Allah is our protector. We leave our matters to Allah to decide. And because of that tawakkal of Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he touched the fire, God commanded the fire, Ya nar, kuni bardan wa salaman ala Ibrahim. Oh fire, get cold and peace to Ibrahim. Until the scholar says, if Allah says, Ya nar, kuni bardan, if Allah stops there, oh fire, get cold, they're afraid that Prophet Ibrahim might be died because of the coldness of the fire, shivering and frozen inside the fire. But Allah did not stop, Ya nar kuni bardan, but Allah, knowing, He add one more, bardan wa salaman. You know, salam means nice, peace, peaceful. Perhaps like in this air conditioning room. So Prophet Ibrahim fell inside an air conditioning room. As if it were like that. See? So this is how a person of utmost tawakkal to Allah. Utmost tawakkal to Allah. So we know that the ruling number 7 of tawakkul is mandatory, wajib. Everyone must have this. You cannot say, I don't have to. No, we have to have that. And then we go to the next one. Concept, we mentioned just now, putting your trust in Allah SWT after you have done all possible efforts and exhausted all the means to attain the intended goal. This is tawakkul concept. And then we have the extremes. Okay, the extremes. There are two extremes in our life. One, a person who feel that his efforts alone will benefit. He believes in the asbab, the process. If I do like this, I will get like this. If I do like this, I will get like this. If I do like this, I will get like this. In life, you have that. That is sunnatullah. If you, for example, fire burns, that's sunnatullah. You put your finger there, you will burn, most probably. Because that's sunnatullah. But remember that not all situations, not all conditions that you think that this course will give you this result happens. At times, doesn't happen. So many things that we plan in our life will never happen, right? How many times that we thought that we could succeed, but we failed? Why? Because Allah wanted to teach us that it's not you to decide. It is not you to decide. You have to put efforts, yes, but the decision is mine. I will decide. I want to grant it or I don't want to grant it. It is ultimately up to Allah. So because of that, the concept of tawakkul is very important, so that we have this feeling that we are not at all in commands of everything. There is superior being, God the most powerful, that will decide, that will confirm. Because of that we pray that, oh Allah, please grant us. Oh Allah, this is what we call tawfiq by Allah. What we want and Allah wants go inside. Then it happens. If what we want and what Allah wants doesn't go inside, then what Allah wants prevails. What Allah wants prevails. So what I'm saying is, what you wanted, you cannot be. Not all the time you wanted to. You ended up being somebody else that Allah wanted. You see, there are so many things happen in your life, in my life, that we wanted to have stick, it never happened. You wanted to marry someone else came, knock your door. There are so many things happen in life, but you have to have tawakkul. Okay, so tawakkul does not mean anyway, tawakkul and we have rely on efforts and actions alone, not on Allah. This is one thing. So I'm saying here there are two people, two extremes. You have two extremes here. Okay, you have two extremes. You have two extremes here. One extreme is actions. No Allah or no tawakkul. Tawakkul. No action. This is two extremes. This group, action no tawakkul. You think you can do whatever you want to do. But actually no. You have to rely on Allah. Ultimately Allah decides. This group, no action. Oh, I'm relying on Allah. Allah will give whatever He decides. I will accept it. Okay? Whatever Allah decides, it will happen. No matter what I do, Allah will decide. So I don't have to do anything. This is happened to a group of people. I put it there, the example of number 2 there, the Yemenis. They went for Hajj one day. This is during the time of Prophet. Ibn Abbas narrated this. They went for Hajj. Nahnu mutawakkilun. We reliance on Allah. They never brought anything, no food, no clothes, nothing. no luggage whatsoever. From Yemen, they went for Hajj without anything. But what happened? They end up in Mecca asking people for clothes, for this, for food, So, this is not the way. فَتَزَوَّدُوا, Allah SWT said to these people, فَتَزَوَّدُوا, make provisions, bring your stuff, be prepared. فَتَزَوَّدُوا, bring your stuff. So we don't want to be like this. We are in the middle. This is the correct our actions plus. There was a time when a Bedouin came to the Prophet. He asked the Prophet, "Oh Prophet, should I leave my camel like that and I'll tawakkal to Allah, or should I tie it?" The Prophet said, "I'qilha wa tawakkal ala Allah." Tie your camel and then you rely. Not that you leave your camel like that and you hope that Allah will look after your camel. Allah is not your camel keeper. So you have to put an effort, tie your camel and then leave it to Allah. So there are many examples I gave you to show that there must be actions on our part. It's not zero action, but it must be accompanied with action first, and then you tawakkal. For example, in the case of Nabi Ayyub alayhi salam, look, Nabi Ayyub, you know the Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam, what was he suffering from? Some kind of disease, right? You look at what Allah says to him. Allah says to him, look what Prophet Ayyub, Uzkur abdana Ayyuba idnada rabbahu. Prophet Ayyub make dua to Allah. Oh Allah, I am sick. I am ill because of this. What happened to me? And then what Allah SWT says to him? Urkut birizlika hadha mughtasilun baridun wa sharab. Kick with your feet, with your foot, the ground, and it will, water will come out. Take from the water for you to drink and bathe yourself. Look, even Nabi Ayyub, the Prophet Ayyub, Allah asked him to do something. Can Allah just cure him like that? Allah asked him to do something. What was he doing? First, his effort, he made dua to Allah. Oh Allah. Okay, you have to remember, dua is part of actions. Don't think that dua is not the action. Dua is also considered an action. Oh Allah, please help. That's one. And then Allah commanded him to kick the ground. So after kicking the ground, water came out. So what did he do that? He just looked at the water? No. He took the water, he drank the water, and Allah SWT asked him to take shower with the water. And because of that, alhamdulillah, biiznillah, he was cured. But through actions. And then you look at again here, the next one, the next example I gave is Maryam alayhi salam. Maryam alayhi salam. Maryam alayhi salam also the same thing. When she was complaining that she's sick, she's about to give birth, to deliver a baby, she was tired, she was hungry. What Allah SWT said to her? Shake the tree. No, you want to shake palm tree. And you are about to give birth. And you are a woman. You could imagine how much strength that she has. But even that little effort is counted. You understand? Even that little effort is gone. Allah could just give food straight away from heaven. But Allah did not want to do that. Allah wanted to teach us that you from your side must have actions. Then I will do the rest. Your side, your part, your contribution. So Maryam just shook the date tree, and then all the dates fell, and she ate it. You know, date tree is quite big, you know. I don't think pregnant woman could give any could do any effect. But it doesn't matter. Just do it. Just do it. That's why if for example people sometimes they feel that, oh, I don't have to send my CV. My CV is nothing. No. Even if your CV is just half a page, send it. That is your effort to get a job. That is your effort to get a job. The rest you leave to Allah. Some people from the start, he did not want even to send the CV because he felt that, oh, I'm nothing, I cannot do it. From your part, you have to do it. So that Allah SWT look at you and He saw that you have done your job. You have put an effort. For example, Nabi Musa alayhi salam, you know, when Nabi Musa was trapped, the sea in front of him, he could not do anything. What did Allah ask him? Hit with the stick. Hit the sea with the stick. The sea, you wanted to hit the stick, you think what happened? Nothing would happen, right? If you think logically. Of course, this is mu'jizat, it's different thing. But Allah wanted him to do something on his part. Not just, you think Allah SWT could not just, divide the sea without him sticking the stick, hitting the sea with the stick? But then he do that. Of course, he could do that. But he did not want that. He wanted to teach us that there must be an effort from it. So Moses hit the sea, and then the sea. So do your parts, your best, and leave it to Allah to decide. So sometimes I'm talking too much here and I forgot this. Okay. And then number 11, true Muslim relies on Allah at all times and situations. True Muslim relies on Allah at all times. You make tawakkul to Allah at all times. But according to Imam Faizul, he says, in these 7 situations, you make tawakkul the most. You make tawakkul the most. You make tawakkul the most. When is that? When you exit your home. It was commanded. You are recommended. It's not wajib, but you are recommended to make tawakkul. If you recite the dua, Bismillah tawakkaltu ala Allah, then you will be rewarded. When you have financial problems, make tawakkul to Allah. There's hadith. All this come with hadith and come with Quranic verses. All these 7 situations are supported by hadith and also supported by Quranic verses. That Allah SWT commanded us, or Prophet SAW encourages us to make tawakkul. When people are turning away from you, فَإِن تَوَلَّوْا فَإِن تَوَكَّلْتُ عَلَى اللَّهِ. When people ran away from you, when your friends unfriend you on FB, So these are 7 occasions where you have to make tawakkul. Not that only these 7, but these are the most critical situations where people need to work on. When you're making enemies, when you're making peace with enemies, you think that the enemies might cheat you, might betray you, this and that. When calling to Islam, making da'wah, you make da'wah, you ask your friends, come. People don't want to listen to you. Tawakkal. Your job is just to make da'wah, calling people for good, but the rest is Allah. When you are facing hard time in life, all of us will face or have faced hard times in life. And then Allah says, Kullan yusibana illa ma kataballahu lana wa maulana. Say, Kullan yusibana. The calamities will not befall upon us. Illa man kataballah. Illa ma kataballah. Except what has been written. Wa maulana. He, Allah, is our protector. You see, these are 7 occasions where, according to Imam Ghazali, is the most critical situation where we must have that strong tawakkul to Allah. As for other times, or at other times, our tawakkul might be upside down, lower bit, higher bit, lower bit. But at these 7 situations, most people are encouraged to have a very strong tawakkul, because this is very difficult situation. And then stages of tawakkul. Some scholars put it 3 stages. This is the stage is not that clear anyway. But anyway, I am just sharing with you. First, they said that the first stage is your tawakkul to Allah, to tell you, to guide you to the right path, to the right decision. That's the first tawakkul you have to Allah. You have to have that kind of feeling inside you that, oh Allah, please guide me to the truth. Oh Allah, please guide me to the path. Oh Allah, please show me which one is the best to be my husband. That is the first thing. You have not done any effort yet, but that is the thing. Oh Allah, please tell me which university should I go. Please guide me, please help me. All this stage, and then you go down to the second stage, which is your actions. Then you feel that, oh, I should apply to IIM. So you get the form and apply and submit. Don't keep under your table and don't keep on your desk the form. Submit it or submit online or whatever. Don't just apply and save on your laptop. Submit it, send it. So that's your second stage of tawakkul, meaning that you have done the asking Allah the right decision, the right guidance, because ultimately Allah SWT is the one that shows you this is the right way, this is the wrong way. That's why we have to make dua. Allah SWT, Nabi, the Prophet, taught us to make dua. Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqan. Oh Allah, shows us what is haqq, what is truth. Warzuqna ittiba', and give us strength, rizq to follow that truth. Wa adnal batila batilan, and show us what is false, what falsehood is, shows us. Wastina, so that we can avoid it. Because during this time, my dear brothers and sisters, we are confused. Which one is true, which one is wrong? Which one is false? Which one is haq? You are confused. You are living in the world of confusion. You don't know. And you have so many ustaz coming up also. And that is another confusion. This one say okay, this one say no okay, this one say okay. Confused. So make dua to Allah. Oh Allah, please guide us. Tell us which one is truth so that we can follow the truth. Have strength and show us which one is wrong, false, so that we can avoid its wrongness. And then, number 13, tawakkul. Allah alone will decide. Success is Allah, not in us. Our part is, as we said just now, to do our best. But to decide is Allah. For example, it was mentioned here, Nabi Ibrahim a.s. he was commanded by Allah SWT to build Kaaba. In the middle of the desert, you have to build Kaaba for what? No one was there. No one was there during the time of Prophet Ibrahim. You remember how he left his wife and Prophet Ismail, right? And how they were running, their wife were running here and there looking for water. Because no one was there. If there was someone there, they could have asked for drinks. But no one was there. But Allah commanded him to do that. Build the Kaaba, he built. And then Allah commanded him, Ibrahim, call for azan. For azan? Call azan for who? No one's there. But he called for azan. Oh, but now, if we gauge that the success of Abraham during his time, then his failure. No one there. No one go for Hajj during Nabi Ibrahim, right? But what happened now? People are going now. The last flight for 2 days. Tomorrow, I think today is the last flight, right? For Hajj. Today is the last flight. Tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is the last flight. People going. Millions. 2 million. During those days, there was no one there. So, the success of Prophet Ibrahim, not during his time, but he was fulfilling what he was commanded. We could see that Allah gave that for him, he was succeeded during his time, he did what he is supposed to do, but then we could see that gradually Makkah became related to game and so on and so forth. And you know also Nabi Yaqub lost his Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam. Okay? So what tawakkul makes you realize that? Tawakkul makes you realize that you are weak in a way. You are weak. Don't be so arrogant. This is what Allah wants to tell you. Don't be so arrogant that you can have what you want. You must have that kind of conviction that is someone more powerful than you. There is Allah that can give you what He wants, can decide what He wants, not you. So you must always have connection with Allah. Allah doesn't want you to be like detached from Him, as if there is no God. Allah doesn't want that. Tawakkul is you attaching yourself to God. You attach yourself, you connect yourself. Oh Allah, I've done my part, the best that I could. Now I leave it to you. Please Allah, help me. Please Allah, give success to me. This is the kind of attitude He wants. Not that I've done this, we will win. We will get it. No, not that kind of thing. You must connect it with Allah. Inshallah, we will win. We hope Allah will give us that kind of thing. It's not without connection. You cut it from Allah. No, that's kufr. You must have connection with Allah. We've done our best. Inshallah, if Allah wills, we will succeed. Don't be like the kuffar that feel that This is happened when you aim at something and then it turned out that what you wanted it to be never came out as you wanted it to be. Are you not? You'll be very frustrated, right? And this happened because people committed suicide, all those things, because of what? Because they could not accept it. They could not accept it, the fate, the taqdeer, the qada and qadar from Allah. Because they said, how could this happen? I've done my best. I have invested this and this according to the projection, blah, 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 blah. I could have got this 1 billion. How come suddenly the stock market crash? Down. Why? Because you don't have that. You think that everything happens like that. No. There is Allah that's watching over you, that decides what He wants. You lie to me. Last one. Not last one yet. So if Allah wants, it will happen, but it must come from what you want first. But effort must come from us. If you come to Allah handspan, Allah will come to you. So if you want to go to Allah, then Allah will come to you. People say, I don't want to go into taqdeer and qada and qadar because that is another subject. But it intersects tawakkul also in a way. But inshallah, next time we'll discuss on qada and qadar so that you can have better understanding. But what I'm talking here is this. It must come from our effort. For example, why we say people are not guided? Why are they not guided? Was it because Allah has written like that for them? Wallahu we don't know. But the fact that they don't want to be guided. This is what we have to understand from this. If you want to be guided, you must put an effort to be guided. The effort must come from you. Okay? The effort to be guided must come from you. You want to get close to Allah, then Allah will get closer to you. If you do not want to get close to Allah, Allah won't care about you. It must come from you. It's not that you sit idly and you're thinking that, I'm still not pious. No, it must come from you. You put an effort, there's a hadith saying that if you come to Allah by handspan, Allah will come to you by this much. Allah is welcoming you. Allah wants you. If you want to get close to Allah, Allah surely welcome you, embrace you. But if you don't bother about Him, then you will not be guided. You, the one that want to be guided, Allah will guide you. If you need anything, ask Allah. If you need anything, ask Allah. Even there is a saying by, I think Aisha, if I'm not mistaken, Aisha radiallahu anha, she said, even if you want to fix your shoelace, you want to fix your shoelace, ask Allah, oh Allah, please help me fixing my shoelace. Even the smallest thing, ask Allah. Because wherever you ask Allah to help you, to make ease for you, then if He helps you, then the things will be easier. That's why you find that people always say, may Allah make ease for things for you. Sahhalallah. May Allah make easy things for you. Because if Allah make easy things, whatever, from the smallest to the biggest, then the things will be easy for you. But whatever Allah makes difficult for you, even the easiest thing, then it will be very difficult. I've been trying to put benang dalam lubang jarum. I could not do that now, and I realized that. And my wife also the same thing. So we realized that we are old. Been trying very hard. I think when I was young, it was easy, right? It's very difficult until we ask our son to do it. I think my eyes is still fine, but I couldn't do it. It was easy, but Allah doesn't want me to do that. So it becomes difficult. So we must realize that first and foremost, Allah SWT all-knowing. He knows everything. And secondly, He has power. He has irada. He has what He wants to do. And no benefit will reach us, neither harm without Allah accepts. This is what Imam Ghazali says. If you remember what he says just now, go back and see what he says here. Okay, he says here, page 38 just now, this is the gist of what he says. You should believe that what has been predestined for you will inevitably reach you. Whatever Allah has written for you will reach you. Even if all that is into this world try to divert it from you. And what is not written will not come to you, even if the whole world help. This is what the Prophet says also. Imam Ghazali was saying actually what the Prophet said. The Prophet said one time, when the Prophet was with Ibn Abbas, he said, وَاعْلَمْ أَنَّ الْأُمَّةَ لَوْ اجْتَمَعُوا لَوْ اجْتَمَعُوا إن ينفعك لم ينفعك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله لك ولا اجتمعوا على أن يضروك لم يضروك إلا بشيء قد كتبه الله عليك رفع الأقلام وجفت الصحف. The Prophet says to Ibn Abbas, he said, if, oh young boy, be mindful of Allah. Know that if all people gathered and intended to harm you, they cannot do that, except what Allah has destined for you. And if they intended to get if you are for the word yang fauka give benefits to you, know that you will never benefit what Allah except what Allah has written. And when you want to people want to harm you, all people gather to harm you, He will never harm you except what Allah has written. So this is very strong, very powerful. This is aqidah, you know that? This is aqidah. This is creed. This is not something akhlaq. No, this is creed. This is your conviction here. This is your insight here. قُلْ لَا يُصِيبَنَا إِلَّا مَا كَتَبَ اللَّهُ لَنَا. Whatever Allah has destined, tulis, it will reach you, no matter what. No matter how many people try to divert it, it will never happen. And this is very, very. And last one, sometimes what we want is not necessarily good for us, and what we hate is actually good for us. So rely and have husnul zan towards Allah, whatever He has destined for us. This is what perhaps Surah Al-Baqarah verse 216 says. Perhaps you hate a thing, it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you, and Allah knows and you will know. Asa an takrahu shay'an wa huwa khairul lakum wa asa an tuhibbu shay'an wa huwa sharrun. You really want it so much, but Allah don't give it to you. Because why Allah don't give it to you? Because that is not good for you. So have the husnul zan billah. Have good attitude, good expectation towards Allah. That what He gave for you, whether it is good or bad, it is for your own good. Don't think that if you get all the ni'mat, all what you ask for is good, but whenever you don't get what you ask for is bad. No. Whatever you get, whether it is what you ask or what you did not ask, it is for your own good. Sometimes you ask something that is not good for you. Oh, Allah give me rich. But Allah knows, if you become rich, you will not be a pious person. You will not be coming here and spending your time listening to Ayyuhal. So you are not that rich. You are not that millionaire. You are not that billionaire. You'll be busy running here and there. So, if you want this, you want that, Allah don't give that. Like myself. Give this. Sometimes you ask this, don't get. Fine. Kick out from one company, join another company. So life is like that. Life is like that. Whenever something happens to you, good or bad, believe that Allah is wise enough, all-knowing. What He does is for you. Okay? Please, this is the thing that we have to remember from what Imam Ghazali says. Last one, we come to ikhlas. We come to ikhlas. This is on the reliance. I don't want. There are so many things you want to talk about reliance. Why is okay, fine, doesn't matter. So last one, ikhlas. Ikhlas, sincerity. The meaning of sincerity, ikhlas. Ikhlas, first of all, our purpose of creation here. What is our purpose of existence here? Can someone tell me what is the purpose of our existence in this world? Please. I've been repeating this many times. I'm going to give you a quiz. If I say by next week there will be a quiz, I hope all of you will turn up. What is the purpose of our existence in this world? Our purpose of existence is nothing but to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is your arguments? What is your dalil? What is your proof that? The proof is Surah Zariyat, verse 56. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونِ. I have not created you except for you to worship. To worship Allah, what do you have? You must have knowledge, right? And because of that, all this while we've been saying that seeking knowledge is obligatory. طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم. Why seeking knowledge is important? Why seeking knowledge is obligatory? It's not for you to become engineer, doctors, to have good income, to have beautiful wife. It's for you to worship. For you to know your responsibility in this world. After having knowledge, what you should do? You should practice the knowledge that you have. Right? We have been talking so much about knowledge and practice, right? Imam Ghazali mentioned so many parables. Why? If you have knowledge, you don't practice, it's not enough. This is good, because from here you come here. When you are here, this is ignorant, right? Ignorant. Then you go up, knowledge. You become someone knowledgeable. Alhamdulillah. Even ignorant, there are two types of ignorance here. You have compounded ignorance. This is called Jahil Murakkab. You know Jahil Murakkab? We mentioned this last time. Murakkab means he doesn't know that he doesn't know that he does not know. He doesn't know that he doesn't know. He thinks what he knows is correct. This is called Jahil Murakkab. So he doesn't have to study. You have simple ignorance. Jahil Basit. This Jahil knows that he doesn't know. So he studies. Then he becomes knowledgeable. But this one won't study. And this Jahil Murakkab will go to hell. Yeah, this is the problem, If you are ignorant and you're so confident that you know, you look at the Facebook, people talk nonsense all the time. We need to change Friday prayer to Saturday for the benefit of the society, multi-righteous society. You think that's so confident. Because having Friday prayer on Friday, all traffics, very difficult, heavy traffic jam here and there. So for the benefit of this multicultural, we have to change to Saturday. This is called Jahil. So confident. I'm pretty sure there's no God. This is Jahil. Very confident. Confident. He is right, though he is wrong. So this is Jahil. So ignorant, this type of ignorance, simple ignorance. Basit, we are simple ignorant. Before this we didn't know. So we studied, and then we got knowledgeable. And then after this, you have to practice this. If you don't practice this, Imam Ghazali gave so many similitudes. This is a kind of revision to you. I want to hear from you. All this while, what are the similes? What are the things he said? You have knowledge, but you don't put your knowledge into practice. Like? Huh? Like? No, like what? So many he gave. Like, for example, a person having 100 swords, Indian swords, and suddenly he was attacked by a lion, but he never used the swords, right? So what's the use of having so much knowledge if you don't use it? Swords. And then what else? You remember?
Swim.
Huh?
Swim.
Sorry?
Swim. He read the book or swim, but he doesn't practice.
Yeah, that is not mentioned by Ghazali. I was giving the example. Yeah, for example, if you read books on swimming and blah blah blah, but you never jump into water and you will never be able to swim. That's for the example. But I'm talking about the example given by Imam Ghazali. You remember what else? Remember? Do you remember? You want me to show you? Okay. For example, here. From the beginning here, Imam Ghazali mentioned. I just want to show so that you have some, maybe some of you, those who are here were not from the very beginning. For example, he mentioned here. He mentioned here, one is someone that has I also forward. Okay, we come back to this later. Swords. And then knowledge must be put into practice. What we have must be put in practice. And last one, when you put into practice, there must be what? There must be quality. The quality is so you look at from here. You have improved from ignorant, we have knowledgeable, we have practiced, but last one we have to make sure that we have this. Compared to these people below here, we are already good because we practice. But that is still not sufficient. Practice must be accompanied with ikhlas. Only then it will be accepted. If practice without ikhlas, it will be rejected. Allah will not accept it. So again, ikhlas is the actions of the heart. It's not the actions of the limbs. Number 4 then. Ikhlas comes from the word khalasa. What does khalasa mean? Khalasa means what khalasa means? Khalasa means pure, unmixed, unadulterated, to be free from contamination, of water, to be clear, transparent. That is khalasa. So the technical meaning or the technical definition of ikhlas is intention of doing an action for the sake of getting closer to Allah, for the sake of Allah, by performing these commandments without having other intentions such as riya, self-conceit and others. That is ikhlas. You look at milk. Can you look at milk? If you look at milk, Allah SWT gives very nice verse in the Quran. Allah SWT says, Inna lakum fil an'ami la'ibrah nusqikum mimma fi butunihi min bayni faratin wa damin labanan khalisan. If you look at animal, you look at camel, you look at goat, you look at cow, look at where you get the milk from. You get the milk from between the fat, the filth, najis. Kan dekat dengan bontot dia. And then blood. But yet the milk is pure. Allah gives such a very nice analogy. The milk inside animal so pure that whenever you drink the milk, you don't even taste either the blood that's around it, kantong bawah labu susu, or the filth, the taste. Padahal dia duduk dekat tu. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how Allah SWT says in the Quran, Labanan khalisan, milk that is pure. Khalisan, Labanan khalisan. Between this Muhammad Bukhari, for example, he studied this from the scientific point of view. But we are not interested in the scientific point of view. How this miracle of what Allah creation, but we are interested in the usage of the word labanan khalisan, pure milk. So the scholar says, if you want to have your actions pure, ikhlas, you must be like milk, covered. You understand? Your milk is covered. Your action must be covered, must be veiled. Do not expose it. If you expose the milk, then the blood will enter, or the filth will enter. Don't expose it, and the milk will no longer be pure. Just like your actions. If you want your actions to be pure only for the sake of Allah, then hide it, conceal it, veil it. From whom? From people. Do not let people know what you do. Because what you want is your actions only for Him alone, not for other people. Just like the milk is pure, not mixed with blood nor with the filth. So this is very, very important analogy that Allah gave us with regard to ikhlas. So ikhlas tu apa? Ikhlas tu hanya kerana Allah, nothing else. And then the opposite of ikhlas is riya. Riya ostentation. Riya is ostentation. What's the definition? Riya is showing off, to do an act of worship, to be seen or praised, and thereby desire a benefit other than Allah's reward or nearness. This is Riya, showing off. Show off, Riya. And we live in the world full of Riya. Right? Where you get people Riya? Go to Facebook. Go to Facebook, you see people Riya. Sometimes people Riya, not just ordinary people, sometimes scholars also feel Riya. Scholars taking picture with scholars and they posted on the Facebook. I am with this big sheikh. So sometimes you have that. If you don't have something, but sometimes you have that kind of showing off, and that is haram. Okay? Alright. So Riya is very dangerous. Riya is very dangerous. Our actions will be nullified. Our action will be invalidated if there is an element of Riya in that. No matter how much you do, you pray 100 raka'at, 1000 raka'at, but you have that Riya showing off, Allah will not accept. There is a hadith that Allah SWT says to people, 3 types of people in the hereafter. Allah says, bring the martyrs, the shuhada. So, this shuhada comes to Allah. Allah asks him, what did you do? I gave you this ni'mat. I gave you this. And you were strong, you were brave. What did you do with the ni'mat that I gave you? He said, oh Allah, when I was alive, I used to fight against the enemy to uphold the religion, blah, 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 blah. Allah said, Kazabta, you lie. You did that because you wanted people to say that you are brave. And people did say that to you. Go to hell. Go, bring him to hell. One. There's a second person, a scholar, Qari. Call these people. They came. Allah said, what did you do when you were alive? With all the ni'mah that I gave you. Oh Allah, I used the knowledge, blah, blah, blah. I used the teaching Quran, blah, 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 blah. For the sake of you, Ya Allah. Allah said, you lied. You wanted people to say that you are alim. You wanted people to say that you read Quran, you recite Quran beautifully. And people did say that to you. And you were very proud. And blah, 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 blah. Bring these people to hell. And then a generous man, in fact, give a lot of wealth. Oh Allah asked, what did you do with the ni'mah when you were alive? This guy said, I did this, I did charity, I built mosque, blah, blah. Allah said, you lied. You do all these things that people say you are generous. Bring these people to hell. Go to hell, these people. Because of what? Because of Riya. Riya means showing off. And also students of knowledge. Imam Ghazali mentioned this from the very beginning. When you seek knowledge, you must be sincere. You must not have these 3 categories. People who seek knowledge so that he can be among the school of scholars. I want to be among the scholars. I want to join this Persatuan Ulama Malaysia. So I'll be the among ulama. I want to be the mufti negara, or whatever. You have that kind. Or you seek knowledge because you can debate with the ignorant people. You want to show off balik kampung, cakap orang kampung, guna istilah kau besok mamak ni. Orang kampung. Ui, dahsyat. Buat ambil sama tu. No, this will go there. To be respected by people look highly upon you. Wow, Masya Allah. Masya Allah. This anak very, Masya Allah. So good, man. So go to hell. So you look at, because of Riya can bring you to hell. Be careful. So how to cure this? Imam Ghazali says, the cure is to reckon them, these people, as inanimate objects, powerless to bestow on you ease or hardship, benefit or harm. You must have that kind of feeling that people surrounding you are just tables and chairs is nothing. How would you behave if you pray in front of tables or beside your chairs? Will you show off to chairs? You won't. Stones. Will you? No. Yeah, for example, this is an anecdote, very interesting that I heard this many times from scholars and so. A man was praying. This man has riyah in his heart. He was praying. And suddenly he heard door. Someone opened the door. He was praying in the mosque. He was praying. And then he said, someone is entering the mosque. So I should better prolong the prayer. So that people think that I'm good. So he prolonged the prayer. And prolong and make nice the prayer. Stay long and make rukuk. And then sujud. And then finally he gave salam. As-salamu alaykum. As-salam. And he looked back and saw a cat. So just a cat. Just a cat opened the door. What a waste of time. Right? Wasn't it waste? Whereas your prayer just not could have been accepted by Allah SWT. Because you wanted to show something to someone, just the cat there, gone. And I listened, Syamda used to also mention something like, there was someone praying also, was praying, then there was some, father or someone came in, prospective father-in-law or something. So saw that candidate wanted to marry the daughter. So they were talking, wow, that guy, mashallah, very alim. He prays a lot and blah blah blah. So that was praying, and then he said he was listening that this was talking beside him, was praying, and then was listening. Mashallah, I heard him praying this, and I also he prayed a lot. Still praying, and then he said, I'm also fasting. There are people like that. There are people that have this kind of feeling, wanting to show off, So, because of that, if you want to have sincerity, Imam Ghazali says, you must feel that surrounding you are just inanimate objects. Inanimate. Meaning that they won't give you any benefit. They won't give you any benefit whatsoever. And they won't give you any harm whatsoever. So why you should show off to them? You should show off to someone that can give you benefit. Then the one that can only give you benefit is none other than Allah. So just show off to him. Show off to him. So whoever besides you, behind you, just forget about them. Do whatever. Pray. And ask Allah for forgiveness. I think that's all for tonight, inshallah. We've been talking for more than 1 hour. Inshallah. With that, Wallahu alam. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.